look, for the second straight year, they have the best record in the NBA, and for the second straight year, they're not going to the NBA Finals.
It happens, right?
No, it don't.
No, it happens to great players when you're in situations and you try to do it all by yourself and injuries happen, and it happens. What are you going to say? Beginning of the year, obviously, you think, okay, you got Milwaukee coming out of the East. Obviously, the Lakers and Clippers are what they are, but you got Milwaukee coming out of the East. Maybe there's a Boston. Maybe there's a 76ers. But as time went on, you just felt like Milwaukee was the team. But then as you break it all the way down, Jay, and you start to really look at it, you start to say, okay, Giannis's game will not carry this team by himself to a championship. You go back to last year and you go back to the year before. It's just he needs some major help.
Real quick, Jay, it's 103-94. The Bucks are done. The Heat are back in the Eastern Conference Finals, as you may have heard at the top of the program, for the first time since 2014.
Something doesn't smell right.
With regard to?
Actually, Key, it doesn't happen. I don't think this happens ever where a team has the best regular season record back-to-back years. They have the back-to-back MVP. They have the Defensive Player of the Year. They have their head coach and Coach Bud, who was an NBA head coaching finalist, and they get bounced out early again. That doesn't happen. I mean, this leads to a way bigger conversation, and I will say that Eric Spoelstra has been running circles around Coach Bud this entire series. The entire series. Now, I know a lot of things factor into this. COVID, time off, coming back into the bubble, readjusting, having George Hill, Pat Connaughton miss a couple of games early. But think about this, Key. 53-12 in the regular season, 8-10 in the bubble. The game plan was to build the wall against Giannis. Everybody knew this was going to happen. Everybody knew after watching last year, here comes a wall. What's going to be the sets? What are going to be the nuances to build around it? And once again, I know Giannis had injuries. I know he was out. But there has to be some responsibility on the NBA coaching finalists and Coach Bud in order to make this happen, to get them out of the next round, to get them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They were not in the bubble last year, Jay, and the same thing happened, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But Key, it's like the same narrative 2 years in a row. Like, there has to be some accountability here. And I know a lot of that. I know Giannis's name will be dragged through the mud, and I get it to a degree. He'll have to live through this the entire offseason. Thank God for him. It'll be a quick turnaround, but the same narrative will follow him next regular season, right, until he has postseason success. But eventually, when you're thinking about John Horst, like Malcolm Brogdon comes back, and it haunts me with this team. I'm not saying he would have been the ultimate difference maker, but I also feel like it's time for Giannis to – I don't want to hear any more of these coaching cliches. Well, you know, Coach Bud, you know, told me I'm going to put him – whoever he has me guard, I'm going to guard. You know, like we saw LeBron James do this with Mike Brown. We saw Kevin Durant do this with Scott Brooks. It comes to a point where you have to arrive, and you not only have to be the best player for your team, but you have to start telling your team and your coach, we need him on our team. We need Malcolm Brogdon to be here long term. We need Chris Middleton to play a lot of minutes. I need to play more than 35 minutes. I need to play in games over 40 minutes. We have to start preparing for the postseason, and it's going to take the next step for Giannis to do that.
But that's personality, though.
I agree.
It's all one's personality. LeBron James is driven at a different level. Kevin Durant is driven at a different level. So you get guys like that have the personality to grab the bull by the horns and demand certain things or else. But that's not Giannis's personality.
But LeBron wasn't always like that now. LeBron kind of
But you got to remember, LeBron also was a kid coming into the NBA.
Understood.
And once you grow and you mature, you get a little older, you get more confidence. That's with any of us.
So I think LeBron was, 26 or 27 when he won his first chip, right, in Miami.
26.
I think 26. I think.
Yeah, I think it was 26.
So Giannis is 25. So Giannis still coming over from overseas. But no, hear me here. Giannis coming over from overseas. I don't think Giannis. Look, when Giannis has a Twinkie in the off summer, it becomes viral. He's never had American food. I think all these different things are things are new for him, right?
What does that have to do with playing basketball?
No, because I don't think Giannis has had enough time in this culture of basketball where he's learning at the same rate that LeBron is. I think he's learning, too, about what it takes to actually have a championship pedigree and demand that from your franchise.
Facts check, LeBron was 27 years old.
27?
Yes.
Okay.
Evan got in my ear and wanted to make sure that we got it right.
Perfect. So Giannis is still 2 years younger than where LeBron was, right?
But LeBron, 4 years into his NBA career, took a team to a championship.
Understood.
With me's and you's playing right now.
Yes.
The way we are walking around right now, he took on his back to go to a championship because his mindset and the way he approached things are different. And when you're that way, Z, it's easier to make the transition to a great player. When you're still trying to find your way, like Giannis, trying to figure out, you know, if I'm the guy, but even though I'm getting MVP trophies, but am I the guy? I know everybody's saying I'm the guy, but am I truly Kawhi Leonard?
It's time, Key. It's time for Giannis to know that he's the guy and demand that from his franchise.
But I don't want to be perceived a certain way if I'm Giannis, right? Giannis, like you said, he comes over.
So how are you being perceived right now? Because if you don't want to take the bull by the horns right now, then you leave perception out to everybody else, and the perception becomes back-to-back MVP, regular season, you know,
but
Richard Jefferson, Scottie Pippen, but all these different things. You got to take command of it.
If I'm Giannis, and like you said, he's trying to understand the culture of basketball in the United States opposed to overseas. I'm coming from overseas. Now I'm trying to learn all of this. All I see is how social media and media treat stars, athletes, when they say certain things and do certain things. I wasn't raised that way when I played basketball overseas. Do I want to take that on? I saw the way people treated Kevin Durant when he decided to leave OKC to go to Golden State. It was all hell broke loose. It was crazy. I saw how LeBron was treated when he decided to go to Miami to win a championship.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.